Hey guys, Paulie from Meldrum Performance Coaching and the Complete Personal Trainer podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I don't talk very much about, and that's mental health. I don't talk much about it in terms. I do talk a lot about it. I talk about like how to help clients in disordered eating, how to deal with self-compassion, how to help people in multiple different ways. What I don't talk about is how to help yourself when you're actually going through a downtime. Now, this happens to everyone. Not everyone is motivated 100% of the time. Not everyone is pumped up. Some days you just absolutely hate what you do. You hate the idea of it. It's hard. Okay. Today was one of those days for me where I just did not want to have anything to do with it. I was in a bad mood. I was grumpy. I was sad. I was angry. All these different emotions. Believe it or not, I have emotions besides training. So passing on some of the strategies that I use, I find may be helpful for some coaches here because it's something that you can hopefully apply to yourself and use. So the first thing is, I've talked about this in the previous podcast, identifying your maintenance volume. So we've talked about it for training a lot of the time, like the amount of training that you need to do to stay the same. Identify your maintenance volume in your business. So what's the smallest amount of work that you need to do to keep your business exactly where it is? If you can identify that, then at least what you need to do each day isn't so insurmountable. You can, since you're a business owner, if you're a personal trainer, in most cases you are, even if you do feel like crap, you do need to do some things to turn the wheels, just to keep the doors open. And that's okay. Like if you just do the bare minimum that day on your crappy mental health day, you can rest assured that you've done what it takes today and what you're capable of. Now, the positive of that is as soon as you tick something off your to-do list or tick those jobs off, it's quite often, more often than not, never as bad as it seems. It's like, all right, cool, I've done this, I could do a little more. It's the kind of the exact same vibe that we need to apply to a workout when we're feeling like crap, to our work on our business when we're feeling really down. So if we do the minimal effective dose and we get like a little bit of dopamine here, a little bit of serotonin from actually achieving those things and feeling okay, if we feel like we can do a little more, great. What happens there is we get on kind of like that upward spiral where we start achieving things. What you do in this situation though is if it does change and you do start to feel like crap again, you give yourself permission to back off. You give yourself permission to go, you know what, I don't actually have to do this. I've already hit my maintenance today. This is just helping me grow, which is awesome, but I can't give this my best. I'm not feeling good. Take a break. That is a totally okay thing to do. From here, what you want to do is you want to then go and do a hobby or an activity or something that you like that is unrelated to fitness. This is why I talk about this a lot. Earlier in my career, I had nothing else but this. I was very, very obsessive about fitness and everything it can be. So fitness, rehabilitation, the whole shebang. So over time, identifying other hobbies, other activities, other things that you do that you like, that you find rewarding, is going to be a much better way of investing your time rather than just spending your time. So the basic idea behind having a bad mental health day, this is not applicable to diseases, just to like mental illnesses, okay? So this is just when people are feeling down, not feeling so great. If you are feeling really, really terrible, please go see a doctor or mental health professional to get help, particularly if it's a very, very consistent thing. It's important to take care of yourself. But back onto my point, we've talked about this in the podcast the other day, scheduled, spent, invested in your time. You want to then pick a little bit of an investment of time, even if it's just 5 minutes. So then you know that at least that day you moved 5 minutes closer to your particular goal. So for me, for example, I'm going to pick up the guitar later. I'm going to play one song. It's a 12-minute damn song, but it's still an investment in something that I want to do. I've considered it to be an investment. On those days as well, the other thing is you don't need to worry so much about your training. You can always catch it up. One missed workout is not going to be a bad thing. So with that, we apply the skills of self-compassion and our skills of our relationship with food. So making sure that we're not using food as emotional solace, or if we do, we recognize it for what it is. Just those things alone will help most people in the absence of a mental illness move forward in those crappy days and be able to get up the next day and feel better. So guys, if you're having a crappy day, make sure you've identified, to prevent yourself from having a crappy day turn into a crappy week, identify your maintenance volume in business. What's the minimum you need to do to keep the wheels turning? Identify some hobbies and some activities that you like, that you can actually do to replace the time that you would spend working on your business, so you're actually spending some time on you rather than mindlessly scrolling through your phone all day, which generally doesn't make anyone feel any better. From there, use the skills that you teach your clients of self-compassion and a healthy relationship with food, or recognize that you're using food for emotional solace. And from here, you'll find that you'll be able to turn a crappy day and hopefully into a pretty okay day, tick some things off your list, and then your week can get back on track. Thanks heaps, guys. See you soon.